Hello guys, in today's review we're gonna be doing Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld San Diego. It's a mock water coaster, so we're gonna give our honest reviews on this coaster. But before we do so, I just want to give credit that this clip is from David Jealous, and my apology once again. I don't have footage for any ride um, rides of this footage or any coaster. If I don't make sense, what I'm trying to say is that I don't have any videos for this kind of ride, like any off-ride footage for Journey. But you know, uh, you just forgot to put credits. That's why my previous video got removed. But anyway, to kick things off, this is a mock rides water coaster located in San Diego, California, in SeaWorld. And let's get to the review. As you leave the station, you will then proceed to your first lift hill. Now, technically, we're not sure what height of the lift hill is, but if I were to take a guess, maybe around maybe 20, 40 feet tall. If I were to take a guess, or 50. I think 50 is the best bet that I can take a guess with. So once you're crossing up the lift hill to your right, you'll see the rest of the ride, which is the splashdown area and the elevator lift area, which is the show building. So then on your the right side, on the left side, you will see the rest of the layout. So you're gonna be turning right. You'll be doing this kind of axis turn, kind of tilted to the side. Then you'll see a beautiful view of electric eel. Then you'll go down this drop, and you do get soaking wet. I believe if you sit in the front, you get more wet than when you sit towards the back. But if you sit in the front and middle, you do get wet. But I think at the back, you don't really get wet as much. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then you enter this water channel for a few minutes, and then you will enter this show building, like what I said in the beginning of the video. Uh, so then you will then enter this building. Unfortunately, there is really not much theming in here. You don't see any, like, you know, mermaids or like any tritons in there trying to take over Atlantis. But then you will then proceed to an elevator lift hill. This is not like a drop track like on those what do you call this, like on those what is that, the coaster, the SFX dynamic attractions coaster. They don't have a drop track on this one, so sorry if I forgot to kind of say it. I forgot the manufacturer. So anyway, you will then do kind of a complete stop for a few minutes, and this will then take you to the elevator lift hill. So it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but you're gonna be going up that thing like an elevator lift until you proceed to the top, and you will be able to see the rest of San Diego. Now, I did forget to mention about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is totally awesome once you cross to the top.
We're trapped in Atlantis forever!
There is no sea! You belong to the sea now!
Yeah, so awesome soundtrack, isn't it? So you're gonna stop about a few seconds, then you're gonna proceed to your second drop. This is just a swooping drop. As you kind of pick up some speed, you're gonna turn to the right, and you will turn around and go to this axis turn. You'll then do a mid-course brake run. You'll then do this S curve before your final splashdown of the ride. So you do get completely wet on this side too. Actually, I think you get wet more on this side than on the first drop. So, and then as you proceed to the water channel, you will then see the Emperor roller coaster in front of you, which is a really nice view. And unfortunately, there is really not much theming on this ride. You just see some palm trees and just kind of like fake sand and stuff. And you just see some bushes. There's no like Triton there on the side. There's no like water canyon or anything. So it's really unfortunate that this ride is here, but there's no really good theming. I mean, I understand that Disneyland does well with theming, but this is really not a Disneyland park. But this ride is still cool, especially on those hot summer days. And so if you want to go on this ride, you could. But if you're not a fan of water coasters, this is something that you could skip. And I also forgot to mention that this got a fresh coat of paint in 2017. So the last time I visited, I rode this with a fresh coat of paint, which is really nice. So it's a Mack Rides coaster. It's a really fun coaster. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you don't like getting wet, this is not for you. But it's still a fun ride. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, so it's a fun coaster. Anyway, this is not really a long ride. So technically, you just have like part roller coaster and part water ride. Of course, this is a water coaster. And some people may, not consider this a roller coaster. But for coaster enthusiasts, they do really consider this a roller coaster still because you have that second drop. You do have these turns, and you do go up and down. So, and you do have a lift hill. So you know uh, it is a roller coaster. It is considered a roller coaster. It is also listed on RCDB. Now, I forgot to also mention that this was also to use the same clip as the first clip, the same person, uh, David Jealous. So, just to keep in mind, I do apologize once again that I don't have any off-ride footage for Journey, but I've written this back, I think, in 2023, so that was like around September of 2023 when I wrote this. So, or that was probably August, my bad. It was August for sure. Is the last time I wrote this, August 2023. So that's about maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, so anyway, this ride is still fun. So, if you like to be wet, this is probably something for you. But, you know, depending on where you sit, you will probably get wet either in the front and middle, but in the back, you probably hardly get wet on the back seat. So you get more wet in the middle and front for sure. But I had a blast with this coaster. It's fun. It's probably not gonna be the best at SeaWorld. I bet it's still gonna be Manta at SeaWorld San Diego. That's still gonna remain maybe the best ride there. But until they get a big new coaster, maybe that will be the new best one. But we won't know until SeaWorld announce a new coaster. But for now, Manta will be the best one for now. So, you know. But for its final score for Journey, I'm gonna give it about a 5. I would have rated it a little bit higher if it does have some theming, but since it doesn't really have theming, it's gonna be at least 5. So I'm changing the score to 5 because there's really no theming to the ride. I mean, if there was like tritons or mermaids just along the side, then this ride will probably be a higher score. But not bad of a coaster. It's there if you want to ride it. Highly recommend it if you first time visit SeaWorld San Diego, or if you ever come back, then you could ride this thing again. But especially if it's your first time, this could be a ride for you. If you want to get the credit, you can ride Journey to Atlantis. Anyway, have you ridden this coaster yet? This Mack Rides water coaster? If you're too scared, or if you haven't ridden it yet, well, tell me what you think. And if you've ridden it this already, well, tell me what you think. I mean, if you've not yet ridden it, then I highly recommend it. So, sorry for the confusion. But if you haven't ridden this, I highly recommend it once again. But if you have ridden this coaster, um, please tell me what you think. Do you hate the ride? Do you like it? Do you hate getting wet? So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.